Good morning, student. Now we have a new lesson called comparing increasing patterns. How can I compare between two increasing patterns? First of all, I know that I cannot compare between two if I don't know how to write the pattern rule. So the main thing that I have to do is to think about the pattern rule first, and after that I can compare between the first and the second shape. So pattern rule for number one, let's say for shape number one or for pattern number one. I see here we started with a black block, so starting from one black block like that, I am doing what? If I want to go to the second figure, I see that I have the same dark block, but I have two extra white. That means I am adding two white block. Let's check the second one, maybe I'm wrong. So I see here that figure 2 is repeated. I have one black block and I have these two. Now, to go from 2 to 3, what I did, I add another 2. So again, I need to add 2 white block. Now I have one dark and 4. One dark and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means what? That means I'm repeating figure 3. But I am adding another 2 white. That means to go from here to here, I need to add 2 white block. That means what? I go to my pattern rule and I say, I know my pattern rule now. Starting from one black block, I add 2 white block. That's it. I know the pattern rule. Let's do for pattern number 2. So pattern rule number 2. Let's see. I'm starting from what? I'm starting from one black block. So starting from one black block. Perfect. But to go from number 1 to number 2, I did what? I left the dark block, but I added only one. So that means I'm adding one white block. Let me check if I'm doing the same thing with the others. I see here figure 3, it has one dark and one white. That means exactly like figure 2. But I add one extra white. That means when I'm going from here to here, I am adding one block. Now figure 4, I see it's a repetition of figure 3, one dark block and 2 white block. But I added one white extra block. That means to go from here to here, I need to add one white block. So here I can complete the pattern rule. I say starting from one dark block, I add only one white block. So now the question, compare between the two patterns. Here is the answer. This is the answer. These patterns use the same starting point. Yes, I start from one black block, I start from one black block, but they increase in different ways. The first one, it was with 2 white block, but here it's only one white block. So to be able to compare between the two increasing pattern, I need to know the pattern rule. I cannot do the comparison if I don't know how to write the pattern rule. Let's see another example. This example for in front of us, for example, I'm going to say pattern rule for the first pattern. So I start from what? I start from 2 black blocks. So starting from 2 black block. Perfect. If I see here the change from figure 1 to figure 2, I notice something, that I'm adding one block here and one block here. That means I am adding 2 white block. If I check figure number 3, I'm going to see a repetition of figure 2, 2 block with black and 2 block with white, but I am adding one new here, one new here. That means I am adding again 2 white block. So now I have figure 3 with 2 black blocks and 4 white blocks. If I go to figure 4, I'm going to see the same 2 black, and here I have 2 and 2. So that this is a repetition of figure 3. But what did I do as a change? I add 1 here and I add 1 here. That means I'm adding 2 white block. So that means if I want to complete the pattern rule, I'm going to say starting from 2 black block, I add 2 white blocks. This is for pattern rule number 1. Let's see pattern rule number 2. What I'm doing. If I check, I will see that figure 1 starting with 1 black block. So right away, I say starting from 1 black block. Perfect. What I'm doing to go to figure 2, I add 1 block here and 1 block here white. That means from here to here, I was adding 2 white block. In figure 3, I'm gonna see a repetition of figure 3, 1 black block and 2 white. But if I see the difference, I add 1 here and I add 1 here. That means from figure 2 to figure 3, I added 2 white blocks. Figure 3, I will see it in figure 4. It's repetition, 1 black, 2 left and 2 right. This is exactly like figure 3. But to create figure 4, I added 1 block here and 1 block here. That means from here to here, I added 2 white blocks. So I can now complete my pattern rule number 2. I'm saying starting from 1 black block, I add 2 white block. So now someone will tell me compare between the 2 patterns. It's easy for me to compare because I have the pattern rule for each one. So I'm going to say this is the answer. These patterns use different starting point. Yes, one time here I start with 2 black blocks, but here I start with only 1 black block, but they increase the same way. They increase the same way because the increase is 2 white and 2 white. So it's increasing by the same way. Last one, write the pattern rule for each of these increasing patterns. So I'm going to check here, how can I write the pattern rule? Again, I need to know from where I'm starting. Actually, I'm starting from 3 black blocks with this way, 1, 2 and 3 black blocks. I am doing what to go to figure number 2? I am adding the 3 blocks, but I'm adding 2 white blocks. So I'm adding 2 white blocks. If I go to figure 3, I'm gonna see that I'm repeating figure 2 with 3 black and 2 white. This is exactly figure number 2, but additional to that, I added another 2 white block. That means I am adding 2 white blocks. Figure 4, is it related to figure 3? Yes, I see 3 black, 4 white, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly the same as figure 3, but figure 4 has 2 extra white. That means to go from 3 to 4, I am adding 2 white blocks. So I have to complete the pattern rule, say, starting from the 3 black blocks, I add 2 white blocks. I hope you understood how we can write a pattern rule and how can I compare after that if they have the same start but different addition, or if they have different start and the same addition. I hope you understood this lesson and thank you for listening.